I know a lot of people are against IVF and especially these like embryo selection things because it seems to involve the conception of many human beings if you believe that there's some kind of implantation of a soul. I don't really think that way, but you know, people bring up these arguments, and I wonder how you think about that.
Absolutely. I think I could do the easy argument and say like, oh, you know, an embryo is not a child, and we shouldn't accord it the same moral value. And I don't think I actually believe that.
I don't believe that either.
I think it's morally exactly the same as a child? No, but I definitely think that there's a strange sort of in between that it is quite morally fraught. And it's interesting because going into this process, I was, I think, a little bit cavalier, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to make all these embryos and I'm going to select the one that I think has the best chance of a fabulous life, and it's all going to be wonderful. And I remember waking up from my first egg retrieval and getting the egg retrieval results told to me, and sort of feeling like this immense attachment to all of these little embryos.
Right. Those are my children.
these are my kids, and I've worked so hard for to create them, and I've longed for them for so long. I have a thing in my Apple Notes on my phone. It is my embryo list, and it has everything that I know about each individual embryo. And sometimes I'll just open it and I will look through the embryos and sort of commune with them. I know this sounds absolutely crazy.
No, but they're your children.
They are.
But it puts you in this very tough position as a mother, right? Of like, I have to prioritize between my children.
Yeah, and I would also sort of caveat all of this by saying that I think your relationship to this process is so different for everyone. And so I'm not saying that like all women or men who do IVF should have this relationship at all, and I have zero judgment of how anybody else goes through the process. I'm just explaining my position. But I now have this kind of attachment to all of these embryos, and I think that like I would actually quite like all of them to come into existence if that's possible.